we're gonna take like a stroll of sorts through the games. We're not gonna try to like do them as quickly as possible. But here's the thing: to attempt to pretend like I've never played this before, it will require participation. In other words, when anybody first plays a Mega Man game, they have no fucking clue what boss to go to first. Y'all are gonna tell me where to go first. And we're going to start from there. This will allow for two things. One, to play it a little differently. Two, to maybe experiment with more of the weapons, because I tend to be someone who, while I know some of the weapons are good and will use them in select places, I tend to forget about them the majority of the time. So, it's like one of the main premises of Mega Man. I just don't really do it. So, I think with that being a thing, maybe I'll do it more. Or the game will be more challenging than it needs to be because of that. Because I imagine anyone that takes place would not necessarily know boss order. That is, if that was your pick, I can see why you didn't get very far. That said, if I must, if that is your answer, then that is where I will go. That said, the precursor, of course, being, I guess, the exception to the rule is, you know, I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. You know, like I have no way to know if it's just something that's even gonna be in my skill set per se. But we will find out. So I will wait on the final verdict for that before I go ahead and pick somebody. But I'll probably make notes on the side based on like each like different stages and whatnot. This way I have an idea on like what's what. So we're gonna put whoever's gonna be first and go along from there. Or I can go back and reference some of this stuff, or I don't know. Like I said, we're gonna figure it out as we go here. So I'll wait on the final verdict and then we'll just get on with this thing. But that's my long-winded intro that, you know, for the sake of VODs going up or anything, I will start around here-ish. Gutsman was another one. That one's more doable. That one's definitely more doable. But I'm putting you on the spot because I'm pretty sure it's just us. So pick between the two or someone different. We're going to give it a try. That will by default be easiest in this game because the regular shots naturally do more damage in the first two games. Oh, and the other thing with 2 is maybe I play 2 on difficult, which is, you know, actually like Japanese normal. Let's see if that changes things a bit. Yes, and I am 100% doing that. That's the one thing where, you know, I'm not going to pretend like I haven't played the game and not use that. I am never, ever... Unless I did it for Extra Life one year, I don't remember. But I am not doing... I don't even remember the thing's actual name. I feel silly for not remembering, but I will never do that fight legit again. All right, you know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna. This is gonna go badly. I'm gonna tell you right now. That's a rough start. If that's what you did, this is a rough fucking start. And here's why right from the get-go, because you don't have anything to kill these things with. So, you can only, like, stop them in place. Alright, so Mega Man is, it's first game. So, like, the controls are mostly tight, but he feels somewhat sluggish in this game. Makes it harder to... Damn it. He's definitely got, like, a weight to him in this, I feel like, in comparison to, like, others. Yeah, and in fact, you know, it isn't just about the boss. There's multiple aspects as to why this is a pretty rough start. Shit. No, I didn't jump in time. Which, you know, is very well possible for someone who has not played before. Shit. But kind of like updated opinions, because people, you know, since 4, it's like franchise fatigue, right? Like 6 games on the same console, shit started getting boring for people. But now, I guess further look into the future, people's opinions are changing. Because, like, 4 is actually kind of good and or has the Mega Buster. Like, debuts the Mega Buster. So, there's that. 5 is better than people remember. And then 6 being, you know, so late in the NES console cycle, it looks / sounds the best. Like, they pulled out all the stops for that particular title. But we will go through things and see. So many of those blocks in this game, yeah, there are. There absolutely are. And they suck. But that's really in any of the games that they're in. Yeah, Mega Man's got a little bit of, not a ton, but a little bit of Mario foot going on in this game. Like, you stop him in place and he does slide over a little bit. Which, of course, is really bad in, Iceman stage. I think I'm going the other way. I don't think I'm going to attempt that direction without having a weapon to be able to deal with those. Coming here without Electman's weakness is really just... This is how you play on hard mode. Like, that seriously. Like, you're gonna see. It's bad. I am not even entirely sure that I'm going to be able to do this. I'm leaning more towards no. I also will have to come back to this stage, because I do not have Gutsman's weapon, so therefore I cannot get this. And unless you really want to play this game on hard mode, that's not something you miss. I have to, like, I have to compensate for these fucking things. Yeah, I ran into it. Yep. The opinion on this particular title, I don't think has changed much. Like, obviously, it's the first of its kind. There's select aspects that are pretty damn cheap. The point system is literally pointless. You know, Electman's stage or his music is pretty cool. Thematically, the stage is decent. Son of a bitch. Okay. I'm starting to wonder if I'm even gonna make it to Elect Man at this point. You know, maybe I should have went the other way. I don't know. You know what? We're gonna do that. We're gonna go the other way. Fuck it. Ow. It hurts. Timing those is a bit of pain in the butt, too. You have to be, like, perfect timing, or else you're going to get electrocuted and just get knocked right back down. That's right, I can't go this way because I don't have Gutsman's weapon. Son of a bitch. I'm not even going to make it to Electman. Forget Electman himself. I'm not even going to make it to him. Shit. That's not far enough, I don't think. That nest lag. But you know, even in the Legacy Collection, they gotta keep it. Oh, okay, whatever. We'll take a hit. It's fine. Whew! Oh, yeah. So dead. Yeah, we have to... We need to at least make it to the boss gate. And, like, this life obviously won't count. Like, it's just not gonna happen. So we have to make sure to do... Oh, fuck, I forgot about this guy. Wait, he'll just jump off and kill himself, right? Never mind. Fuck! Fuck. Well, we're probably gonna game over. Oh my god. So one thing you can say right out of the gate is, shit. Good fucking luck. Especially if you start here. Electman actually is one of my favorite robot masters. But he absolutely destroys you. Okay. I'm thinking maybe I should just die now and save the time, because I'm gonna have to do all this shit again. There's no way around it. I'm gonna have to do it again, probably. Whatever. You know, there is this more modern feature of sorts that I should maybe consider using for the sake of this. Something that allows me to manipulate time a little bit. You fucker! So those things take a lot of hits, and you never really know if they're going to jump high or not. Like, you hopefully give yourself enough distance to help with that, but there's no guarantee. Whatever. I feel like you just have to take hits. Like, there's so little space to jump unless you have what you need. So, really, truly, like, trying to do this stage at a first go at things is really, you're gonna have a bad time. These things will constantly knock you down. You literally don't have the tools to deal with those enemies. Like, you can't kill them. You have to memorize these patterns. Which, you know, to start, you're obviously not going to know where to go, and even though I played this a bunch, usually I just come here with boss weakness, so a lot of this stuff doesn't necessarily matter. Jesus. Absolute perfect muscle memory you need for a perfect round of this game. You're telling me, like, that is never something I will do. I love me some Mega Man, but no way. Fucking hell. Fucking hell, again. I thought after a certain bit of time, they just stop. Bless you. Right, we're not going this way. That's the suicide way. Which, the suicide way is all the way up top, really, because fucking... The robot guy is probably going to make me take contact damage again. I might have enough health to survive it this time around. If I don't take any other hits. Oh my god, I went the wrong way again. Never mind. I'm definitely going to take hits. Because I'm forced to go the other way. Oh, shit. No. Damn it. Good, stay there. You too. Oh, no, we took the hit anyway. See, now we're fucked. Unless he jumps completely over us, we are completely fucked. I think you take like 3 hits total from those robot guys, and it's just over. You really don't have room for error here. Yes! You jumped over. I have no health, but we're gonna try it anyway. Electman will one-shot me at this health. If I'm not mistaken, Electman does similar damage to the robots. Like, he does a ton of damage, so trying to beat him without boss weakness is not great. It is not a good time at all. Actually, I just remembered something. Fuck. Oh, can you like stay there? Nope. Oh my god. Bye. I think there's a trick of sorts that if you can keep him in the corner, like you get him to go the top level, and if you keep hitting him with the right timing, you just keep him there until you eventually win. I think that's a thing. And when you hit him, you do stun him so he can't fire. Look at that. He can hit me from below. It's fucking bullshit. Oh, you know what? I think we figured this thing out. No, never mind. Sure didn't. See ya! He's eventually gonna come at me. Alright. For the sake of not having the stream take 20 hours, fuck it. We're gonna save here. That's what we're gonna do. We'll beat him legit, but how the hell do I even bring up the damn window? How do I bring it up? Oh fuck. I'm screwed. I don't know how to do it. Whoops, that fucked me. See ya. Well, we'll just rewind, I guess. There's a way to save. I don't remember how to do it. Yep, none of that happened. I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, how do we do the thing? Oh, fuck! There it is. Cool. Wonderful. Fantastic. Alright. Yep, we're gonna do it legit, but we're gonna save a lot of time, because I don't want to keep coming to this stage again. So, whatever. I think I've done this like one time ever, because I think there's a challenge for it in the Legacy Collection. Shit! You do like no damage to him, is the problem. It's like I said, I think he only has to hit you like 3 times, and it's just over. Oh, wait. Oh, I had him in a thing there. I had him in a loop. Fuck. Ah. Damn it. We were onto something there. We were onto something there. Oh. Damn it. Fuck. So, as you can see, not the way to start. I don't think anyone who wants to maintain their sanity would do this. Fucking hell. Ugh, I get him to about half, like, at best. Maybe if I go with the other idea, we're just keeping him on the top level instead. Fuck. Get up there, you fuck. No, don't jump over me. Get up here. God damn it. This is the roughest start to a Mega Man game ever. The only other comparable thing would be doing Shadow Man first in Mega Man 3. Which, funny enough, I think is what held me up from that challenge that I don't quite remember. I think you have to fight, like, all the Robot Masters or some shit, like, back to back, is the challenge in the Legacy Collection. because I did eventually figure out how to properly loop this guy. It's not quite what's happening right now. And if I knew how to do it right, I'd be golden. But I can't quite figure it out. But once you do, hardest by far is Shadow Man. It's just absolute hell. But in second place is probably this guy. Because if you can't get the loop going, you're pretty fucked. Now make no mistake, Gutsman can kill you pretty quick too, but you do decent enough damage to him, and he has a predictable enough pattern to where you're probably fine. Jesus. You know, I can't tell if my shots ever are like going to hit him on time or if he's actually going to be able to get a shot off, which is part of the issue starting like this. I'm determined to get it, but like I said, this is no good at all. This is not how you start this game. If he decides to jump backwards... Yes, keep... No, you... What? How? What an asshole. I guess the timing was slightly different, so he didn't fall afterwards? Or he didn't get stunned in time, so he got the fire off a shot anyway? I don't know. Fuck. Oh, he's up here again. Hold on. Oh, you ass! Oh, have we figured... No, no. Every time I think I got the loop, he gets me anyway. I do think the better way to do it is to have him on the top level and try to keep him up there. But how to do it reliably, I honestly don't remember. This had to have been what I did for that challenge, because, like, otherwise, this is just hell. Look at this. Ow. Ugh. And you know, technically it's only a single bullet that does it. So firing multiple times in a way is kind of pointless. You just have to have the timing right. Wow. Ow. See, that time he jumped backwards. I didn't change anything I did. How am I supposed to know when he's randomly going to jump backwards? Look at this. And I have to try to judge the distance based on that. Wait a minute. Oh no, stay up there! Oh, we had him! We had him. That's definitely the better way to do it, but I can't really figure out how I'm keeping him up there. Could you get the fuck up here, please? You asshole. Would you just stay up there? Holy shit. How to not play Mega Man 1. Picking Elect Man first. You know what? I'm gonna play a long game with him. Ow. Ow. Already done, dude. I see you. He just... Ugh. Alright, so forget all the games. This is Elect Man the stream. Fuck. It's one hell of a pick, Josh, I gotta tell you. Damn it. You asshole, whatever. No, stay up there. Nope. He's not staying up there. Oh, now he's going back and... Okay. If you go towards him, he runs away like a little bit. So, alright. We're gonna jump over him first. Whatever, I just took contact damage, but it's fine, I guess. Can you move, please? Get up there. Yeah, thank you. Shit! I jumped too high. You gotta, like... There's a lot you gotta do to loop him. Because you gotta get him to the other side. Then you gotta make sure he's firing high enough to be under the elect beams when he shoots them. It's a lot of trial and error in this. Oh no! Oh, he went back! Got him! Yeah, don't do that. Ever. Ever. Alright, so who's next? Natural, haven't played it before. Try and figure it out. Who's next on the list? Concept of Mega Man obviously is like, oh, well, you get their power, so who's their power going to be good against? What would be the guess? Who's next? Who knows? stage select theme is very repetitive. Alright, we're gonna do Iceman. The Iceman cometh. Oh no. Oh boy. Alright, this is gonna be another long one probably. Because, and here's why. This stage, outside of being laggy, I have not done this part without the magnet beam in a very long time. So, those friggin' disappearing blocks we were talking about earlier? Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with that. Fuck. Oh wait, we're on our last life. Why am I should kill myself now, actually. Or we just save state through it all. I don't know. Probably be better to just die. Let's just die. Kill me! Alright, so Iceman, obviously, if you shoot the bottom of these robots, then they get really annoying to kill. So, of course, you won't know that unless you play it, so it's like a little trial and error thing. A lot of lag in this level. There's water right in the beginning, that's minus points right there. More of dealing with these stupid things, and you don't have an answer to them. You know, I really like... It took 11 freaking games, 12 if we count Mega Man and Base. It took 12 freaking games in for them to be like, you know, these guys being able to just go unchecked if you have no weapons for them is actually kind of cheap. So, we're gonna give you the ability to, like, knock them over with the Mega Buster. Fully charged up. Now, of course, you don't have the Mega Buster at this point, so... I guess there goes that possibility, right? But... I don't know. It's not a great decision, in my opinion. Oh, and there's just one of these down here, period, for this. So that's fun. Okay, that one's not so bad. It's more so this one. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? Okay. This is a pain, but, like, I think I get it. Maybe not. Fuck. You ass. Oh, I was supposed to go there. Oh, okay. Fucking hell. No, you're supposed to... Fucking goddamn it. Oh, get up there. There we go. No, I didn't... jump above. Yep, got it. There we go. Perfect. Alright, that's done. Now... This part is also annoying, because you can't kill these things. And sometimes they go at fucked up angles, and if you get hit, you just fall off. So, it's not a well-designed part. And of course, now he decided to go that way like an asshole. It's not cool. To be honest, that's not cool. Now you just gotta do it again. It's not great. So, you know, this first go at things, I would imagine, even if you liked the game, it'd be somewhat frustrating. Okay, we got that a lot quicker this time. So that's good. Let's try this nonsense again. What? What was that? What was that? See, that's the shit I'm talking about. I'm rewinding. I don't give a fuck. We're gonna do this a lot, I think. When we're not like on the bosses, or even when we're on the bosses, it's whatever. Like, I've beaten these games 1,000 times. It is what it is. But anyway, yeah. So like this part, not great. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. Their movement is super random. If you get hit at all, you're basically dead. Because even with, like, the slight knockback, the game treats it as it's just going to drag you to your death, basically. Oh, and you got these stupid fucking penguins. See, look at that. It just drags you off. It's not your normal knockback. It fucking drags you off. It's not great. Look at this. Ha! I killed myself there. Yeah, so, like, that is, like, a bit of trial and error. I say a bit because, like, part of it's luck. I was definitely holding left there, and I couldn't go get the extra life, so there goes that, I guess. Shit. Shit. He jumped 2 times, well, 3 times high. Alright, and that's good, because I was sneezing there, so, like, I legit took a chance. He jumped high 3 times in a row, so that works out. Alright. So, now we get to find out. I obviously know the answer, but, is Josh correct? Spoilers? Well, I just did it, so you are. Ah, messed it up. He's not too bad without weapon, but yeah, you picked right. He dies in like 3 hits. I'm doing this just because I know I probably can. Like, back before achievements were cool, I would do at least once, if possible, because there's some games where it's just not possible. Now I'm just fucking up the jumps. There's some games where it's just flat out not possible to do a buster-only run. Because some bosses can only be damaged by special weapons. Alright, let's get this done, shall we? Let's move on. So, you were correct. Takes 3 hits. Is it doable without it? Yeah, absolutely. I would even say it's one of the easier ones. However, you do have to, like, perfectly time those jumps in between. You don't have a lot of room for error. And of course, everything does crazy contact damage in this game, so there's that. So, Iceman stage, pretty annoying, overall. Not a fan, if I'm being honest. But so is Electman's. If I'm also being honest there. And the bosses are fine, but Electman's pretty difficult, especially to start. Who's next? Only got 4 of them, because we got 6 Robot Masters in this game as opposed to the usual 8, so... And the thing is, you always try to go with what you think might be logical, but that's not always the answer. Yeah, stage select theme. Stage select is repetitive. And stage not designed well. Pac-Man annoying without weapons, boss included. I'll say music is great there. Music's okay in Iceman stage. Controls you can rate right from the get-go. I think like these per stage comments will be like for music and fun factor. Yeah, music and fun factor. And then weapons we tried throughout the game, which I need to do more of that. And controls are, well, it's not going to control any differently no matter where you are in the game. So music and fun factor will be evaluated pretty much stage by stage. And then we'll get like, we'll try to put together a ranking based on that. And I still have a question mark by the plot, because like there obviously is 0 plot in this game. Like you're just on the title screen, like boring. There's not even music on it. Like it's just the title screen. But you know, again, first game, we gotta be nice to it, right? Maybe. We're looking at this objectively, though, so I feel like no. Don't have to be nice. Just have to be real. Take your pick, Josh. I think I'm good on notes for now. But yeah, I won't lie. Without state saving, the trial and error required on Iceman to just... Fireman? Okay. The trial and error required to just really get that done. There's so much of it that's luck-based, and it drags ass. Like, it is a very short stage, but dealing with the disappearing blocks and... Alright, now we're gonna pretend like we played, because we're trying out the weapons. Electman's weapon is just stupid. It's the Metal Blade of this game. It uses more weapon energy than Metal Blade, but it is very strong. It's good for a lot of stuff. Shit. Right, we have no lives again. Let's kill ourselves. What the hell was I on about? I don't even remember. Shit. Black Man's weapon, very good. Iceman's weapon also has its uses, especially in this stage. Because you can go up to these ice things and just bam, freeze them in place. Is that what I said? I don't remember. Yeah, you know, you just try it. What's the worst that's gonna happen, right? Just gotta restart it. Bam. Aha, see? That's what ice is good for. You can go up there, get stuff. It's neat. Can you freeze these things? I forgot. Nope, sure can't. That's dumb. It's inconsistent design right there. You can freeze the one fire things, but you can't freeze the other fire things. So that's gonna be some points off. Good night. Whoops! Whoopsie. Oh, I fucked myself. Whew! Iframes. Whatever. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can I, like, pretend like I've played before? Ah, oh, fuck. I can't magnet beam this either. Can I freeze these? I forget. Sure as hell can't freeze them if I keep missing. I don't think you can. Fuck, how do you do that without getting hit? Whatever. Just taking hits. Fuck it. Fireman stage theme is pretty great, like musically. One of the better themes in the game. Stage is pretty cool too. Definitely feeling the whole fire theme all throughout. Fire rising and then the friggin' fire enemies just coming down. They're not like a big threat. This part of the stage is the same thing as the Iceman stage. So, not like super exciting, but whatever. Also, as indicated by my instant swapping to the weapon, you are correct once again. Although, you have to play a bit of, you know, I hit him, he hits me type of deal. But because it's his weakness, you're mostly okay. Doing that with the regular Buster is a pain, and you have to actually make attempts to... He's another one of the harder ones, I think, if you're trying to do Buster only. Something else I would not recommend. Aesthetically, the stage is solid. Yeah, for sure. I think Fireman is the high point so far. Fireman, stage, and music, great. Alright, let's make another pick. That was the quickest one so far. Quickest and yet the best one so far. I mean, honestly, I can safely say at this point that regardless of who's picked, it'll be fine. But don't let that sway your decision. You choose as you see fit. Say fire beats bomb. Let's go to bomb. Bomb is actually one of two choices that I would recommend to anyone that has not played. I think they are the easiest to beat just Buster only. So, I like the way the stage looks. I'm not really sold on it selling the theme of Bomb Man. Not getting, you know, bomb-like vibes from the stage. Although these things flying around, they do explode. That's probably the closest thing thematically in this stage. For Bomb Man, that almost fucked me up right there. That and the little eyeball things that come up and split into four, but they don't... I guess that's a form of explosion. You know, we'll, give that part a pass, I guess. Oh, I don't like it. Kind of want the extra life. Yeah, but the ice slasher is nice because... Wait, can I hit him like this? Yes, I can. Nice. Electman OP. So Electman's weapon's pretty good. The ice slasher is neat because, like, you can... It's a curious aesthetic, like a retro future fusion power, maybe. Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't really match. Yeah, Ice Slasher is nice because you just freeze them in place. Fire. Fire's neat because it shoots a projectile forward, but it also gives you a shield temporarily as well. And you can hit with either or. So, like, honestly, the weapons in this game, pretty solid so far. Also, since actually having the choice to use weapons against bosses, you are, perfect. And based on what I just said, did that intentionally, because you can hit him with the projectile or the little spinny round shield, which is helpful because sometimes he'll jump at you and you can just hit him with that. Pretty easy. Two left. And for that, I'd say Bomb Man stage makes no sense with boss. Music is meh. My opinion. I don't think it's that great. Certainly not a standout. I guess side note we can put for controls, Mega Man slightly sluggish in first entry. I would say sluggish slash weighty, if that's a word. Bomb feels like it would be either cut or guts. Well, it's one or the other. What are we going for? Cutman will be the most anticlimactic, so do guts next. Alright. Alright, so Guts Man. This one, I think, is great. Probably one of the, I think this one's up there with Fireman. The music's kind of weird. Well, you know, we're supposed to be on a construction site. I don't know what the correlation between the two is, but it's what we're going with. This is also a bitch for a first-time player. Easy to die there. But you got the whole construction theme going out throughout. You got the freaking Hammer Joes that have the construction-themed equipment, basically. Throwing hammers, got a hard hat. Little metal beams here. We have a new weapon we should try out. Bomb, which, you know, good luck hitting stuff with that. Like, seriously, good fucking luck. Hey, we hit him a few times. Not enough to kill him, but we hit him a few times. Also, if you don't suck, which, of course, you know, when you first play, you're probably going to die a lot in the beginning. The whole rest of the stage is just not much. Like, it is an incredibly short stage if you don't mess up the beginning part. Also, you were right yet again. You've done good, so, you know, if you're able to, like... Well, you just don't select the like man. That's really all there is to it. Oh yeah, 100%. Construction bot. The Ruby Spears cartoon series makes that very clear. Because, you know, Gutsman and Cutman are in basically every episode, because they're like the scratch and grounder of, basically the dimwits of the show. But Gutsman, good theme. Thematically, the music's okay. Now we have Cutman, who, whether you have his weakness or not, I think he's relatively easy. And of course, all throughout his stage is a huge hint to what he's weak against. Also, Guts doesn't really have practical use either, because you need those specific blocks to be able to pick up and throw at somebody. If they're not around, you just can't do anything. Like, you can't just pick up random shit. Damn it! Most I knew of Gutsman was from the Battle Network TV show where he did very little construction. Oh, wow. That's like the whole damn point of Gutsman. Like, why would you just not do that? Am I good at this game? We're about to find out. Nope. Hey, I did it, but then he knocked me off like an asshole. Huh, yeah. Speedrun strats. Sort of. Okay, we got little cutting scissors coming out of a box. That makes total sense. It's the only thing that's really cut-like. I don't know. The music's awesome. The level, not so much. Oh yeah, that's right. The Elect Beam can randomly take out the Guts blocks, I guess. He's like a wrestler brawler. I mean, he's strong, so it makes sense, but it's interesting. Yeah, yet another use where Elect Man is just OP. It's the go-to weapon of this game, easily. Yeah, the knockback in this game is horrendous. I need to, like, put that somewhere. Knockback. Horrendous. Cutman thing's great. Stage not so much. Okay. Ice Slasher. This is the main use for Ice Slasher. You can freeze these things in place. Ideally, you do it at a high point, so you don't... I'm running out of leverage here. This is bad. Shit. Fucked up. Oh, no, I really fucked up. Good. There we go. That's the ideal use of Ice Slasher. Like, it's an okay weapon. And this is yet another... This same hallway, which it is every time. But it's the same things, the same enemies that you fight in the hallway. That's 3 times that they use that in the game. Not great. One. Miss! Well, if you actually hit with both blocks, Cutman just dies. But if you miss with him, you gotta do stuff. Kind of make Gutsman and Knuckles in the Battle Network series. He's strong, dumb, and Mega Man's rival/friend. That makes sense. Makes sense. Checks out. Alright, and we have Dr. Wily, who just shows up with no context, no plot, no nothing. You know? But we know better. We need to go back for the Magnet Beam. Something where if you're playing for the first time, you could miss entirely. It's not explained in any capacity whatsoever. Which, suppose we gotta give the game some minus points for that. Because I will say, trying to attempt this game without the Magnet Beam, it's, actually, it's literally impossible. Come to think of it. And you'll see why. Wily Stage 1 is literally impossible if you do not have the Magnet Beam. Now, in fairness, you probably think, like, what the hell is that thing and how do I get it? And you figure out how to use Gutsman's weapon so you'll, like, maybe know to come back here. But if for some reason you overlook that detail, the game doesn't exactly tell you anything. That, hey, this is required. Like, no in-game hint or anything. Oh, hell yeah. Hey, fire's great for that. These things, too. I don't even need Elect Man. Who needs it? Bam! Look at that shit. I've never thought to use fire for these things, but it's pretty great. Look at this. Get fucked. It's actually good. So yeah, you can actually use Elec or Gutsman, actually, as we discovered earlier. I forgot Elecman's weapon does randomly, I guess we're going through the stage again. Because there's no way to just exit it. Fuck. Now that we know that the Mega Man Game Boy games are a thing, I could potentially do the same thing with that, but one, I imagine that would take longer because I haven't played any of those in forever. And two, one of the rankings would be figured out instantly because 2 was outsourced and has one of the worst soundtracks of all time. So, and that's without even considering anything else about the game. So that would be out. And then as far as being original, they're all basically, they combine like 1 and 2, and then 2 and 3, and 3 and 4, or whatever they got up to, until 5, that's entirely original, and that would instantly be first place, if nothing else. So it really would just be comparing 1, 3, and 4. Which, 1, likely aged poorly. I'm just kind of doing this off memory. So that would probably be second to last. So the only real question would be... what second and third places? I have to fight him again? The fuck? Can I use his own weakness against him? Nope. So his weakness is Cutman, by the way. Which just takes 3 shots. But he still does the whole fucking running away like an asshole thing, so, you know. Still pretty easy to die. But, instead of doing the boring ladder climb, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Also, it doesn't matter which Mega Man game we play. You always have the UFO noise. Who thought this was a good idea? I really don't know. And depending on the game, it's a little less ear-piercing, but overall, like, I don't know who thought it was a good idea. Implying that you're cutting his electric cables. Yes, and I actually think there's an animation for that. I think it does actually show the splitting of the elect beams. Which is a neat little touch. Alright, so now we're doing Wily Stage. Starts off with these dipshits. So, this is the best use of the Ice Slasher in the game. It's the most practical use. Outside of freezing flames, this is pretty much where it's at. Rip. Ah! Why, though? These jumps are terrible. You have to be pixel perfect, but... oh my god. Okay. You gotta be pixel perfect with jumping on the edges. Or else that happens. Which is, you know, not great. Not getting that health was also not great, but we're gonna roll with it. This is a fitting stage that is annoyingly difficult for a first time. The difficulty definitely checks out. I need that health. Like, I don't really have a choice in the matter. Can you die, please? Thanks. What? Yeah, the weapons are alright. There's some that are clearly better than others, but they're mostly okay. Maybe like 2/3 okay. Guts really doesn't have too much use. Neither is Bomb. Takes too long to go off. And this part. I'm going to do this without the magnet beam. Which, honestly, is the way to do it so you don't waste magnet beam. Because it's literally required for the part after this. But this is the same wonderful, like, actually badly designed platform enemies that are in Iceman stage. And not that there's a difference between pits and spikes. Which iframes don't even save you from spikes, so that's like the thing specific to this game. Which I do not like. I've never liked it. It is actually, like... I hate it. I don't think there's anything else to say about it. I just hate it. By default. It's not great. Fuck! Yeah, see? That's why. Fucking goddamn it. We're gonna rewind, because whatever. Okay, what in the actual fuck was that? We're gonna rewind it. Watch this shit. Oh, never. Fuck, I didn't. Damn it. I didn't stop the rewind in time. It happened again! The fuck was that? This shit happened again. Look at this. Like, what the hell is that? You jump on the platform. No, actually, you just fall through it. Sorry. Like, what? Oh. Bye. Bye. Anyway, that's a huge knock for this game. Alright, but yeah, this part you cannot do. You obviously don't have Rush in the first game. So, like, what do you do here? If you get here, you can't do anything. You literally need the magnet beam. And if you don't place them right and use too much of it, then you're screwed. The game also doesn't tell you that if you hold it down, it goes out further. So it makes it easier to use the platform. And just in case, I'm going to save my game because I don't recall which button is actually the button for... Actually, I think I just remembered as I said that. Alright, hold on. Alright, I think we got this. Because we're definitely using the pause trick. Like, I do not care. I will not do this legit. I've done it, like, once, maybe twice. I don't care to do it ever again. Fuck. Did I fuck it up? I think I fucked it up. Yeah, I did. We didn't that time, though. Are you winning, son? I mean, yeah. this is a little different. What's up, Kenny? Welcome back. We're doing something a little different this time. I had the boss order picked for me, as if I hadn't played the game before. And I'm trying to, like, objectively rank these games. Because opinions have changed over the years. So, kind of like the title says, I'm going through, I'm making notes on things and seeing, like, you know, what I really think. And, the one thing I don't think is going to change at all is how very rough and not great at times this first game is. Like, I want to give them all a fair shot again, but this is probably the worst. Like, easily. It is not aged well. You literally can't use Cutman's weakness here because there are no blocks to grab. So they didn't think that one through when you do the boss rush. And the boss rush in this game, instead of like the tubes, because that wasn't a thing yet, is just throughout the stage. First game definitely has its flaws. Yeah, including, but not limited to, literally going through platforms that shoot things at you already. It happened twice. Cannot make this shit up. And I remember that happening as a kid, too. And it just happened twice on this stream, so, like... It's not great. But I'm going to do, I think, 2 games at a time. It just makes sense. Especially if we're going to go at, like, a slower pace or attempt to use, like, weapons or whatever. I do like... Well, I think this stage is not very pretty to look at. I also don't care too much for this Wily theme, honestly. It's kind of bland. Doesn't really scream, hey, you got to the final fight and you're going through some shit. Like, I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me. And even though this stage is kind of ugly to look at, I will say it's a nice little test of using your, like, forcing you to use your different weapons and make use of them. Even though I'm mostly using Elect Beam because it's fucking OP as shit, but it's a decent opportunity to be able to use, like, different weapons throughout the stage and actually have them be useful. There's also, you know, noob traps with going to the left at any given point. There's that. Oh, and there's of course just clone Mega Man. Nothing crazy, just, you know, clone Mega Man. Which, you know, kind of lame on the surface, but at the same time, it's kind of neat too, because if you switch weapons, so does the clone. Which I do think is kind of cool. And based on that, it determines how hard the boss is, basically. Hey, it's like I never died. AKA, don't pick Elec. We had a rough start. Because Josh picked Elec Man as the starting boss. And both the stage and the boss are exceptionally annoying. Without any weapons to deal with the stage or the boss weakness. So at that point, was doing plenty of losing. Past that, it's been pretty fine. Because, as I mentioned earlier, there is a, you don't know the early Mega Man games that well, other than 3? Gotcha. Well, I mean, you're gonna see them here. This theme is probably even more boring than the previous Wily theme. Wily themes are not great in this game. That's just my personal opinion. This stage is also ugly to look at. I think all the Wily stages are ugly to look at, if I'm being honest. They're not great. They just kind of slap stuff together for these last stages, I feel. The designs feel very random. I suppose, like, what can you really do? Because, like, Dr. Wily's not a robot master, obviously, but I don't know. Like, they could have did something. It was very bland stages. Shit! I'm taking too much damage here. I need health. Nope. Nope. Just got hit again. Remembering it correctly, this game had a slippery feel to it. Yep, that would be accurate. It sure does. If I die, does it start me at the boss gate? Yep. Cool. Well, then again, there's no boss gate here, but whatever. But yeah. Mario's, Mega Man's got a little taste of the Mario foot in this game. Kind of slipping and sliding a bit. And if you're like, yo dog, I heard you like sliding around, you just let something hit you in this game. And depending on what part in the game you're in, you'll slide around that much more. Like, the knockback will actually be fucking terrible, which is inconsistent, but it's a thing in this game. Not great. Fucking hell, that also was not great. Meese! Oh my god, I died because of that. That never happened. Saw nothing. Can't prove it. Alright. Also, that boss, pretty boring. About as boring as the stages. Like, it's just a thing in the bubble that shoots stuff and it goes from side to side. And yeah, you can throw guts blocks at it, which is its weakness, but you literally don't have enough to kill it. We're just gonna game over real quick to instantly get our weapons back. I think that's the right call. Keeping the theme of ugly Wily levels, here we go. Nothing special about here either. Although this one definitely ramps up the challenge. The second one's challenging too. Let me not take it away from that one. It's just ugly to look at. This might be the best one, but like, I'm not sure by how much. We just used Gutsman's weapon to actually kill something. Oh no, I game overed. I lost my points. That, you know, do things. Totally. I fucked up. I'm gonna get these, because I don't trust myself to, you know, not fuck this up a few times. Alright. The boss rush at the end of this game, it's not great. You gotta fight them back to back. I don't know that necessarily makes it bad, but it is certainly a get good moment of the game. Speaking of getting good, who's ready for Shadow of the Erd Tree in 2 weeks? Okay. Haha, stupid. He got an extra hit in. Of course he did. Never been a huge fan of boss rushing games. You know, like, I embrace it in these games, but I wonder if that's more just because, like, I'm used to the tradition, or if I actually like it. Because, you know, playing several games where it's just... that's just a thing you do. I'm conflicted on the opinion with that. I do think this one in particular is exceptionally annoying. Because if you mess any of them up, you gotta do it all over again. And that might be the case this time. Oh, it didn't hit him? It fucking missed him! What? No, 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 no. Remember that whole starting over thing? We're not doing that. I don't have the patience for that. Also, the closer he gets to you, it's harder to hit him. Alright, that was a lot better. Gutsman's the biggest challenge by far. Because you gotta time it so you don't get hit by the freaking earthquake or whatever. We're gonna get fire, because I think fire makes this guy, like, pretty easy. Although I should probably die once just in case I have not enough health. Probably be fine, but... So, like, the Wily design's fine. Like, you don't really know what to expect from this guy. It's a decent challenge. Especially if you don't know that fire will just basically wreck his face. I don't think the boss themes are particularly great in this game either. It's a rough first game. Like, there's some redeeming factors, sure. But overall, it's a rough go at it. I am being, like, super reckless, because whatever. You kind of can with fire. Anything else, you gotta be careful. But, oof. It's... Mega Man 1's a rough game. So the question is, how do we rank this? Right? Wily stages... Wily stages... Themes... No bueno. Stages are ugly. Yeah, here's your plot. Finally. Like, some plot at the end of the game. Are we gonna keep plot as a category? I don't know. Fight Mega Man for everlasting peace. Like, hey, you did the thing, but there's more things to do. Keep doing the thing you're doing. End of plot. I really don't think plot should be one of the rating points. It's just it doesn't. It's like not fair, depending on what game we're talking about. You know, some games just literally have no plot. Need more volume out of this tunage. This is probably one of the better tracks in the game. Are you saying the game's low? I know this game's like pretty loud overall. I had to turn it down earlier. Oh, look at how they took this theme and made it into the intro in Mega Man 2. Yeah, for sure. For sure. A little bit? Alright, let's do it a little bit. As I slip with my my finger there and turn it down a little bit at first. Alright, is that good? Okay, so what do we think? What do we think, folks? Let's go back to PC real quick. Which actually is the same thing as... I swapped to the wrong source real quick there. So let's bring this guy over here. So we got Mega Man 1, right? So... we're doing these all out of 5. Just kind of doing this on the spot. Nothing like super special. I think it was an important game, but there are better games. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for damn sure. We have our spectacular notepad here. But yeah, music, I'm going to say is like a struggle between a 2 and a 3. We're going to say 3. There's more bangers than there were not so much. Well, is that the case? Iceman, it's okay. Blackman's great. Fireman's great. Bombman is meh. Gutsman's okay. I missed one. No, I didn't. I just put Knockback Horrendous in between. Cutman theme's great. Stage not so much. Fun factor. Again, I'm struggling between a 2 and a 3. Doing it out of 5. 5 being the best. Weapons, I'm going to give a 4. I think the weapons are fine. Mostly. Like, some don't have usage, but because of the way the game tends to be, even though Gutsman is not particularly good against enemies, it does have its use to actually proceed in stages. Whereas Bomb, you just pretty much never use ever, and that's why it's a 4 and not a 5. So the weapons are mostly pretty good in this game. Controls, they're yikes. So we're gonna give it a 2 there. Fun factor, again, I struggle between a 2 and a 3. We're gonna give the music the benefit of the doubt and say 3, and then I struggle between 2 and 3 with the fun factor. And if we're actually going to keep plot as a category, I think that's also a 2. 2 mostly because there was any at all. Otherwise, it'd be a 1. I don't know. I could justify giving it a 1. To be honest. So, I'm going to go through these again. Iceman, not great. Wily Stage has the same nonsense in Iceman. So, not great. The Horrendous Knockback really just gives it not... It's a 2. This game's rough. That's my final verdict. This is probably the worst by far. And you know, maybe that's unfair to say, but like, even upon examining the other games, I can't imagine any of the other ones are going to be better than this. It's a good start, but it's a rough one. pretty rough. So, of course, if we add those up, we get, out of a possible 25, we get 3, 2, it's 5, 9, 11, 13. 13 out of 25 is what we get for Mega Man 1. So that's the final verdict for this game. Probably easily the worst. So that's that, as I can't minimize this for some reason. Hello? My mouse does funny things at times. All right. I'm literally going to struggle with this live, apparently. There we go. Get back over there. Go back to the other side. All right. Back on the console view, although there's no different because I have my personal view of the game in the left screen, so even when I'm PC streaming, it's no different. So let's go ahead and move on to 2. It's a little later perhaps than I was expecting, but it's fine. So yeah, let's move on to 2. Huge upgrade. A lot of people's favorite. But we'll see. How good is it really? It's got an intro. And it's got an awesome opening theme. Which, as you said, it's the ending of 1. Which is pretty great. So, you know. Plus points right from the get-go. Instantly more plot from the beginning. So, intro theme plus plot. Here's the other thing we're going to do. Because I said I was going to do it, and I might regret it, but you know what? Why do that to myself? Even though it's quote-unquote normal. Difficult is actually normal. You know, we're gonna do it. Fuck it. Fuck it! Fuck it. Alright. Up to you guys. I am taking requests on who the hell I start with. I don't guarantee results, but I will take requests on who the hell we start with. Because again, to some extent, like, it's really hard to pretend that you haven't played these games before. And I think the only way to really kind of do that in some capacity and make things a little different is to, and also give me the opportunity to try out weapons, where I otherwise would not probably, is to do new things. So, throw them out there. And actually, I do think I'm going to make a very specific rule for this one. Metal Man's off the menu. He's one of the easier bosses, and once we get that weapon, the game just becomes easy mode. So we're not going to allow Metal Man. Even though we're playing on difficult right now. Which, to be honest, I don't remember the last time I've done that. So, we'll see. But difficult is actually supposed to be normal. It's just, you know, how it ended up here. Take a pick, people. Pick a boss, any boss. Woodman. Well, I don't know about back in the day, but I can guarantee, because I went back, actually. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I remember when we swapped Mega and Monkey Madness back in the day. And yeah, that was something. It's good stuff. Now, there's actually a trick to skip the doggos entirely, but doing Woodman first, you literally cannot do that. So we're just gonna have to, you know, do it for real. Which, I mean, is fine. Not a huge deal. The super easy one. Super easy doggo. Then we have not as easy doggo. Ow. Didn't jump high enough like an idiot. Same. And then we have pain in the ass doggo. Shit. See? Take the most hits by far. There. You know, I'm not really seeing a huge difference, at least thus far. But, you know, difficulty settings, it's a thing. Ow, though. I need health. Blue Warrior needs food badly. Thank you. It's not a lot, but thank you. Health? No? I freaking ran into him like an idiot. Whoops! Whew! It's close. You asshole. Ruh-roh. Alright, cool. Well, we're not going to beat Woodman without taking a single hit, since he tends to be a back and forth boss. Like, you, hit him a few times, he'll hit you a few times. I think he was taking less damage overall, though. Yeah, wow, he... Okay, he's, a little bit of a challenge now, actually. We're gonna use iframes, because, yeah. Uh-oh. Got him! A little harder. Makes the whole swapping hits back and forth more close than I'd like, but it's doable. So Woodman stage. We had Woodman stage, we had trees, like, of course, you know, it's Woodman, so what else were we truly expecting? It's good. It's a good stage. Good stage, good music. I feel like that's going to be the case for, like, all of these guys, but we'll see. Work on picking a boss real quick. I will be right back. I gotta take care of something real quick. Alright. I'm back. Okay, so welcome back. Thank you. So who are we doing next? Strong start overall. Like, just everything is real good. Woodman, good music, good stage. Simply put, right? Like, good boss, good stage. Who's next? Not Metal Man. Who's next? Would be strong against Desk Fan. Okay, so Fan Man. Yeah, that would have been an acceptable name. He does have a giant fan in his chest, after all. Fan Man. I think this is where we started the whole do in everything, like a bunch of the Mega Man games. It's good. I love it. It's fucking fantastic. That and like, this is one of the more popular themes. Like, people that haven't played this probably know what this theme is. This and like Wily Theme 1. And people that haven't played the game know what the fucking track is. It's that good. Alright, so Woodman. I already know, like, right off the bat, like, this weapon is poo-poo. It's not good. If you're perfectly still with it, it serves as a barrier, obviously. And it doesn't cost anything. Oh, whoops, what am I doing? That was really dumb. I don't know why I did that. Like, as I went to do that, I thought it through and realized how stupid that is. Because the second you move, the shield goes away. I can't just jump down with the shield. Which is stupid. Also, is this guy coming back? Yeah, he is. So, I mean, it's Airman. You're up in the clouds and shit. It makes sense. Theoretically, you think wood would be strong against wind, but Woodman's weapon is literally leaves. Yeah, but, you know, they can clog up the fan. I could see the logic, you know. Now, same logic would go if it was like Lawnmower Man, you know? Get enough leaves in there, just clog it up. Shit. Although it's not the easiest to hit him with it, you would be correct. And of course, I am dead, because I didn't have enough hits to be able to take there. I really should have took the game over. I mean, not the game over, the, lost a life there. Did I take more hits? I thought I only took 3 hits. The weapon energy gets used pretty quickly for this. Whoops. Oh my god. Keep missing. You know, whatever. It doesn't matter. The truth is, yes, Woodman is good for him. And I think it might take a little more hits because it's on difficult. But you can just use regular shot. Because you gotta, like, go through the wind. Like, the wind can block your shot. Which I suppose if leaves actually hit a tornado of sorts, it would spin around and not go towards them. Whatever. Just regular shots are fine. It's actually easier. You just tank a hit and whatever. You're golden. So, another good stage, thematically. Fucking top tier music. I feel like this is just going to be a consistent theme. Like, it's going to be hard to say bad things about this. There's only one thing I can really think of that's, like, in my opinion, not great. And I feel like it's left out of conversation when people talk about the game. But we're not there yet, so I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself. Item 2. No context as to what Item 2 actually is, but, you know, we got Item 2. And the next boss is... See, like the first game, this stage select theme is very repetitive, but it's, like, way better. Air beats bubble. Let's do it. You know, you can blow on bubbles, you know, make the bubbles go away. Oh, we have no lives left. See ya. There's another great theme. Does this game just win by default because, like, it's so perfect? I'm saying this as someone that prefers 3 over 2. Like, it's crazy. So, Bubble Man obviously going to take place underwater. Right. Or by water. Right now we're just by water. We're not in the water. We will be in the water, though. Theme again is top tier, and it's got the mega boops. That's what we're going to refer to the whole thing I was imitating earlier that I can't think of, like, a term for. The, like, consistent beat in select Mega Man tracks. I almost went for the harder jump there, and I didn't hold the button. I didn't hold the button down enough, so it prevented a potentially silly mistake. Shit. Ow. Ow. Hit the thing. Hit it. Thank you. Oh, hell yeah. Give me that health. Let's go. Fuck. Fucking Frogger over here. I'm not sure what the spikes are all about. Like, it adds to the challenge, but, like, I don't really know what the spikes have to do with anything. Crabs dropping from the sky is a little weird. I don't know what that's all about. I let one fuck me up. Can't remember the last time I've had that happen. Alright, let's blow some bubbles. Nope. No damage whatsoever. It deflects off of him. So, we do not have Bubble Man's weakness. And we're on difficult, so the regular shots do not do the damage that they would otherwise. I think that's the biggest difference, actually, in difficulty. The regular shot just doesn't do nearly as much damage. Which, like, this is doable. I think we'll do it. But yeah, it's just... And I noticed this on Woodman, so I don't know why I'm saying it now, or maybe I just didn't remember I said it, but yeah, regular shots just don't... Regular shots usually do, like, more than 1 bar of damage. So that actually makes Mega Man 2 closer to any other game that you do a Buster run in. With the exception of 1, because 1, I think it still does a decent chunk of damage, but Bubble Man's pretty easy anyway. Like, there's a good chunk of these bosses that you don't have the weakness, you probably still get away with it. Even on difficult. It's just an easier game. Which, you know, I like to think Mega Man, especially like first time around, Mega Man kind of gives you a challenge a little bit. So that's one thing, and I thought I was going to get further into this before I said something bad, but like, I don't know. I think that, like, to me, that takes away from it a little bit. I won't flat out put it as a negative point, but I'm going to add it to my notes, like, easiest game of the NES games. Like, I don't think there's really any question about that. So we got Bubble Head, which is pretty useless from what I remember. But, you know, we're going to roll with it. Alright, next up. Which, of course, when stuff like this happens, you know, then you have 2 different weapons to go into that next boss. Like, if you pick one wrong and you manage to beat it anyway, then you have that many more options to pick from. Your chances to get a boss wrong first time around when you have more to pick from is obviously the chances are less. So... Would air be hit? Would it? I don't know. Would it? Would it? Is that the pick? That would be funnier if it actually did anything, but of course fire would burn wood, so who would think that really? Heat Man, otherwise known as Lighter Man, because, you know, put his head inside his body and it's a lighter. I don't remember who pointed that out to me, but it's kind of funny. So Heat Man, very similar thematically to Fireman. It's, you know, another Fireman. Fireman Part 2, basically. About equally as difficult if you don't have his weakness, from what I remember. Oh, I can't cheat this part because I don't have the weapon for it. Or the item, rather. Well. I can cheat it later on, just not here. Fuck. But yeah, now Mega Man stops like when he should. And that's basically the case from the first game on. So it's like not even fair in a way to go under the controls department. It's basically going to be the same for every game. But maybe there's parts where there's just that much NES lag where it's an issue. So there's actually something else that the first game suffers from probably the most. Okay, see, I haven't done this part legit in forever, and I'm not about to start now. Because luckily, before you picked here, we grabbed item 2. Otherwise, trying to do that legit is a pain in the fucking ass. Tell you what Airman is good for. This. Robot body? See ya. Shit's just gone. Priscilla, knock it off. Unless you're hungry, which you shouldn't be, but whatever. Alright, so let's do it. Oh wait, you said air. Would air beat heat? Come on. Come on. What? I thought you were going to charge me. And given that damage, that is a negative. However, now of course I'm dead now, but whatever, it's fine. We do happen to have the weakness, and it's actually bubble. Yeah, you know, I think they take more hits from the... Even with the weakness, they take more hits now. And actually, now that I think about it more, there's 2 bad things I know about this game. I'm just going to keep going with it until it all naturally comes up, but yeah. Also, there's no Mega Buster until Mega Man 4, but you still, yes, your tiny little bubbles somehow extinguish heat. Totally makes sense. Well, no context for unnumbered items. I have to put it as a point. That stage also. Good music. Good stage. We're halfway through already. Even on difficult mode. And not all weaknesses. Hey, Mega Man 2 is by far, like, it's not even close, in my personal opinion. Difficulty-wise. And really, it's the entirety of the classic series. I've never played Mega Man 10 on easy mode, but I would imagine this game is still easier. I don't know that 100%, but if we're not playing on easy mode, it's no contest. This is the easiest game. Would heat be Crash? These bombs, right? Yep. Crash Man throws crash bombs. So yes. That would be correct. Is that the pick? Oi. Hold on, I have to feed my not starving cat. Yes, you're whiny, I know. Crash it is. This is, I love this theme. But as far as, like, a theme for the stage, in fairness, it kind of has the same problem as Bomb Man, where it's like, what do you even do for the stage anyway? Which, I'll give them credit, they kept it consistent. You know, they have the little futuristic globe thingies. That's in this stage as well. For essentially the Bomb Man of this game. So I give them credit for the consistency, but the shit still makes no fucking sense. The theme's amazing, but the stage, eh. But yeah, before the Mega Buster was a thing. Actually, let me not use it, because we're gonna use heat on Crash Man. This is the best use of Leaf Shield in the game. You stand in place so you don't use the weapon energy, and just use it as an actual shield. And just tank enemies. Preacher Flash beats Quick, and I don't know what beats Flash, maybe Bombs. Okay, okay. We will test these things. Son of a bitch. It's been a while since I didn't shoot the head, and then those things split up as a result. I actually forgot I even did that. Fucking shit. I never really known how to do that without, you know, falling for the noob trap every single fucking time. Like so. Like, I usually just stand close enough to the edge of that platform and then just shoot him. Here, start winding down. Thanks for the stream. Have a good night. You as well. Thank you for coming. I imagine this journey is going to be much easier going than the other one. I have no lives. I actually just realized this. It's not good. I should probably be winding down, but I'm not. I'm gonna chill for a while. I need health, game. None of those things you're dropping are health. Actually, it's been dropping weapon energy, but Mega Man's not collecting it? Man, these are some stingy-ass birds. They won't give me health. Like, none whatsoever. They're only giving me weapon energy. It's fucked up. Maybe that's a slight change to, difficult mode? Fuck, there's health over there. So air's nice and all, but it goes diagonally. So, like, not the most practical use. But it's fine, I guess, for what it is. Shit. Bubble is pretty worthless, and it didn't even kill them. Amazon does Mario RPG remake for 40. What did they retail that for? 60 or 70? I think it was 60. That's good. Diagonal firing weapons are always a bit awkward. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh, I just died anyway. Can you fuck off, please? Oh my god, they won't fuck off. Alright, you know what? Air time. Or not. Air. Yes. What the fuck ever. Oh my god, why? Oh my goodness. I came here with too little health. Like, I usually just face tank a lot of these things, to be honest. Okay, now I can afford to lose life. That's right, you're right about that. We don't want to test heat now. If we use the weapons, I was trying to do it, but it didn't even work. Alright, so heat. Heat was what we were going to use. But heat is the Mega Buster before the Mega Buster. And that's not a lot of damage. Let's use the charge shot, though. Miss! Okay, that does decent damage, but now I can't charge fully anymore because I don't have enough weapon energy. So the charge shot does decent damage, but that doesn't seem to be doing it. So instead, we're going to blow those bombs away, because that's his actual weakness. And what's actually weird, and I don't know if it was intentional or not, but Crashman tends to, like, jump away when you try to hit him. Which means he'll, like, jump above and usually towards the direction of the air shooters going up, diagonally up. So he just gets hit by him by default. He's another one of the pretty hard bosses to do with Buster only. I mean, they all have challenges in their own right, really. Alright, so we got 3 left. Some of the weaknesses they use in Mega Man are very creatively linked. Yeah. Yeah. I would say so. Flash thing quick. Cool. I am perfectly okay with this. Makes things easier. But then what are we using on Flashman? Well, yes, of course, bubbles beat nuclear fusion. Yeah. Definitely, I wasn't entirely sure if that was sarcastic or not. Oh, hey, extra life. I'll take it. I'm lazy. We have Crash Man, we'll use the fucking bomb. Crash bombs are for those gates. Alright, so what are we using against, First guess is bombs beat Flash. Other than that, I have no idea. I actually haven't used the weakness for Flash in so long that I don't know if this is actually accurate. I think it is. Because just like a process of eliminations. I don't know why I made elimination plural there. But you know what I meant. Fuck! Now, of course, if you miss with the crash grenade, that doesn't really help things. And I actually don't have enough crash grenades to beat him, so whoops. Okay, for the sake of not starting over, we're gonna use an energy can. We save on time here. He's probably one of the easier ones, even without the weakness. He's somebody you can kind of just exchange hits with. Because all he literally does is basically go back and forth, so just don't take contact damage, and every now and then he'll freeze you, so he'll get free hits. But that's really it. Just basically, it's like Woodman. You can rush him in the face and see what happens. So I haven't been taking notes, but, like, I kind of already know, like, stuff for this. What are the ones I did so far? I did... Last stage I took notes on was Airman. So, Bubble Man, I have the same feelings. Heat Man, I have the same feelings. So... Heat... Bubble... It's Crash, where the theme... is good, but stage not so good. We just did Flashman, which I have the same opinion of Flashman as I do of Crashman, so theme is great, stage not so good. In fairness, what do you make well, maybe I have to take that back, right? Because the screen doesn't literally flash at you, and you probably have a seizure warning or some shit. Maybe not back then, they probably wouldn't have did it. But, the blocks flash-ish. Stage is okay. Hi, Link. It's okay. We'll give it an okay. Item 3 is different than 1 in the sense that it goes up, but it crawls up. Whereas with 1, you don't need a wall to rely on for it to go up. But there's not like a huge difference between those items otherwise. And, like, it does make all the difference, but I don't know. I think they could have made them things that are, like, radically different. They're not, like... They're too similar, in my opinion. So, I have 1 and 3, 2 similar. 2 is basically Rush Jet before Rush Jet. Quickman theme feels like an Electman theme. Yeah. You mean for the music or the stage? Because, like, looking at the stage, I could see that. Oh, you meant music. Okay. I can see both, honestly. Shit. So here's the thing, Josh. You are 100% correct about the weakness. However, yes. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I actually, you know, it's like super obvious, but yeah, I agree with you. Bzz, beep boop, beep boop. Well, it doesn't beep, but it's more like a bzzzt. But yes, for that reason, yes. So what I was gonna say, and I stopped myself mid-thought, but I don't think it matters because nailed it. So that part becomes easier with Flash, but Flash is a one-time use between screens, and then you don't have what you need for the boss. But because we did the part, because the lasers are a one-hit kill, because we did that all in one shot, we know I don't have to worry about it. However, an aspect of this game, I know, how dare we talk badly about 2? But here's something that presents itself. I'm gonna die first, have enough health. How dare we talk badly about 2? Let's use the weakness, shall we? You'll notice the Flash is going down way quicker than the health bar is. So you don't have enough. So then you gotta do the rest yourself anyway. Which is fine, because he's super easy. But yeah. Now, this kind of sort of happens again. I say kind of sort of because if you're quick enough, you can not have that problem. In Mega Man 4, there is a flash stopper that you get from Brightman. And when you use it against the boss that it works on, where you freeze them in place, if you are... First off, the weapon itself, like the flash stopper of that game, it does not do damage itself. So you freeze the enemy in place, and then you're basically just using regular shots while the enemy is frozen. Which effectively means the weapon, it doesn't work the same, or it's not even really like a weapon. I don't know, it's kind of lame. But anyway, you freeze the enemy, and then you just pelt them with regular shots. And because you're pelting them with regular shots, they do, like, shit for damage. So, basically what happens is, when you use it on said boss, which I will not say what it is for the sake of what we're doing here, when you use it on the boss, you gotta be quick enough with tapping that button, using regular shots, to do enough damage to the boss to keep up with the these selections of weapon health that it uses when you use it, because it doesn't just use a single bar, it uses multiple bars. Or have a turbo controller. Yes, or have a turbo controller. I do not need that, but yes. Or have a turbo controller, for sure. Which you actually, I think, get one by default in the Legacy Collection. I think you can map one of the buttons to turbo, or one of them is turbo by default, I forget. There's Metal Man. I mean, by process of elimination, we should know what the weakness is for this guy. I don't got the patience for this, so flash. If I'm being entirely honest, I think the weapons in this game are less useful overall than they are in the first game. Like, provided you stand still, Windman's good. Airman has the issue of that. Heatman is this teeny little projectile unless you charge it up, and then it uses a whole bunch of weapon energy. Bubble Man is fucking useless. Quick is decent, and you can use it multiple times before it uses a single bar, which is something else, a quality that it shares with Metal Man's weapon, except Metal Man's weapon is way stronger and allows you to do that, which makes it OP as fuck. Yeah, it does. Using it right now. It does have one. Yeah, see? Look at that. Fucking easy. Whoops. But you see that? That wasn't the turbo button. So don't really need it. Fuck. Is that just a thing in difficult mode? Or, like, because I'm definitely hitting the face. The first time I thought I missed a face. Yeah, that's just a difficult mode thing, I guess. Well, no wonder it's been so long since I realized that was a thing, because it's only a thing in difficult mode, it seems. I probably should have got that energy can, but I never trust myself to get it and survive afterwards. So I don't. This stage is also really short. I like the gears. The theme is great. That's just really the case throughout the majority of this game. So it is Heatman that is good on Metal Man. Which, honestly, this being the weakness, it really doesn't do a ton of damage, and I can't do one more fully charged shot. So that's lame. I'm gonna die, probably. Metal Man's a semi-decent challenge without weakness on difficult mode, because you gotta, like, exchange hits with him, but he's way better at hitting you than you are at him. That's for sure. Unless you get him in, like, the jump loop of sorts. Which I forget how to do that effectively. As we can tell. You know, I'm gonna die because of that, actually. Alright, we're gonna use another can just to, you know, again, make things quicker, because whatever. Fuck it. So yeah, that actually makes Metal Man more difficult. And harder to approach getting the most OP weapon in the game. Like, no question about it. Which, honestly, it's a negative point. Like, Metal Man 2 OP. stage/theme. Great. And we're already on the Wily stages. I didn't think this was going to be too terrible. I wonder how difficult mode changes by far the most annoying boss in this game. Which is all I'm going to say for now, because it leads to one of my not so great points, or negative points rather, about this game. Say what you will about the stage, maybe it's kind of bland, but the theme is amazing. The theme is so good that I think it makes up for the stage. So I'm willing to give it a pass. You know what I just realized? Because, for one, once you hear Brentalfloss / the Mega's version of this track, that adds lyrics to it, obviously. That's kind of Brentalfloss's whole thing. But, and I don't know why it took me this long to realize this, or maybe I realized it forever ago and just don't remember, but it just came to mind now, because I'm putting his lyrics to the track. And, he specifically mentions that 7 sucks big dinosaur balls. And I just remembered that there actually is a fucking dinosaur in one of the stages. I couldn't tell you which one because I don't remember, but yeah, that's rather convenient. Fuck. How many fucking hits do you take? The thing fucking Metal Blade is like stupid OP. I hate this part. This is like one of the stupidest parts of the game. You have to use like this section is not great. You have to use the one item, but if you're not like stupidly close to the edge of the ladder and each of the platforms as you put them across, you just fall and you got to do it again. And on your first time, you're probably going to mess that up quite a bit. And then you just got to sit there and be bored and farm weapon energy to be able to do it again. So, not great. This part I always found slightly weird. Because the thing with this part, outside of the seizure warning that's not in the game, and happens on each of these bosses, by the way, the thing with these bosses, I don't remember what the hell I was going to say. I completely lost my train of thought there. I do not remember what I was going to say. At all. Completely lost my thought. Shit! This stage is also really ugly. But again, it keeps the awesome theme. So, it gets a pass, I guess. Oh fuck, I fucked up. Oh, he saved me, actually, from fucking up. What? What? Why did it stop? Hold on. Hold on. I didn't hit the ceiling there. I didn't hit the ceiling there. And item 2 obviously didn't hit the ceiling there. So what the fuck actually happened? The fuck? Okay, see, there I did hit the ceiling. Did I go back to Mega Man 1? Like, what the fuck happened there? This is the almighty Mega Man 2. That can't possibly happen. Or maybe Mega Man's hitbox is deceptively big. And even though there was technically air on the screen, the game considered that close enough to the ceiling? I don't fucking know. That was super weird. We're taking the energy cans because, like, I know what's coming. We also might want to consider, at least, weapon energy here. And of course, as I say that, they just drop something right off the bat, so here we go. I like it. Even with using some energy cans, we still have... You can only get 4 in total in this game. First game, you can get energy cans. Because they weren't a thing in the first game. But, yeah, I've been using a few, and I still have, like, what I need, probably. Which is nice. I don't think I need to farm much more, honestly. Like, I think I'm good with what I have. Get these small ones to slightly refill wood. Fuck, I went too fast. Gotta go fast. Hurry up. Oh, I lucked out there. I don't know how I did that. Well, I don't... I think, like, if you're pixel perfect, you can stand in between those, but it's hard to do to not get hit there. So even though I think Bubble is damn near useless, it does happen to be the weakness for this boss. The thing with Bubble is you gotta be right on something if you want to hit somebody with it. What? I know it has iframes when it first comes out. Apparently, after the Mega Man and Mega Man X collections came out on PS2 and GameCube, they were going to make a GBA collection that had all the Game Boy Mega Man games, but at some point they canceled it. Oh, shit. That would have been freaking awesome. Why the hell did they cancel that? That sucks. I would have been all over that, because, like, trying to acquire those games, like, years after. Okay, so here is another Mega Man 2, so freaking amazing. This track is so bland and so boring, and probably the worst track in the entirety of the series, if we don't consider the Mega Man Game Boy games. Like, this track is not good. I get Mega Man 2 is like... the game, but this track is not good. It's the same loop, and it just keeps going higher and higher pitched over time. Like that's all it is. It's bad. It's bad. And anyone that says it's good is lying to themselves. And now we just do it all over again. Same baseline, same main, like, melody or whatever. It's boring. It's boring, it's bad, and they should feel bad. Wow, things really do not take as much damage on difficult, but, like, it's still fine. It's still pretty easy-ish. It's still pretty easy. I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy. Like, people probably should just play this on difficult, because honestly, it's still not that difficult. Wonder if it's actually going up in pitch or if it's an audio illusion. Yeah, I don't know. It's whatever it is. It's just I don't think it's good. that's just my take. I do not think it's good, like, at all. But speaking of bad things about this game, we are about to get to one of the worst bosses in the classic series. And I've explained this one before, and possibly every time I've played this game on stream. But for the sake of what we're doing, I'm going to mention it again. I forgot about the other weapons. Crash is very selective. Really, its best use is using it on gates. Metal Man is OP. Flash has no practical use, really, outside of, again, its very select purposes. So, like, the weapons in this game are mostly not great. The best use of bubble is right here. And I discovered this on complete accident. But the bubble will tell you where the invisible pits are. So you don't have to get noob trapped. Yeah, I'm like missing on notes, but this is one of the games I know a lot better than some of the others. So, like, I'm probably just gonna type it all out real quick and do the ranking or whatever during the credits. Just one of those games, you don't forget shit, you know? But the thing is, we're going to look at 3 through that same lens. Right? Like, 3 is my personal favorite. But I do think, going back to 3, I'm going to notice some things. Which, none of it is, like, crazy unknown. But I've mostly chosen to ignore it. Which I will not be doing for this. If that all makes sense. Or, it'll make more sense, I guess, when I play the game, really. But because I mostly know what 3's issues are. Even though it's my favorite. But I'm gonna see maybe if there's more things I didn't quite pick up on, or like I said, chose to ignore, you know, due to bias, and hence the title, right? Like, removing the rose-tinted glasses and giving it a proper grade. Fuck. Right, worst boss in the game. By far. Not even close. No contest. Which, we are totally going to use the pause trick on to not take damage. We also need to make this jump. There we go. So, the reason this... God damn it. The reason this boss is terrible is because, one... you pretty much cannot dodge it. Especially with all of the turret thingies being there. I think it's called like the Boo Beam boss or some shit. It has some dumb name. Some dumb name to match how dumb this fight is. But also there's the further knockback that you see only in Mega Man 1. It happens in this fight too. So that just adds to how terrible this is. Anyway, so yeah. You need to do this in an exact order. And also... use item 1 and such, like I did, in a select way, because if you don't, which I think I actually fucked it up, you literally don't have enough weapon energy to beat it. Which is actually just terrible fucking design. And much like the whole music thing, for this level and the level after it, Wily stage-wise, people that think otherwise are lying to themselves. There is no way that this is good boss design. And, like, as I talk about this, I'm not sure I remember the exact order. Although I thought that was the exact order. Did I not come in here with full weapon energy? Because I would have fucked up if I didn't. Oh, fuck, I can't rewind anymore. Oh, I fucked up. I think I fucked up. This is what it looks like when there's nothing done. Yeah, I fucked up. So, case in point, right? I now have to take a death on purpose because I literally don't have full weapon energy. Like, how are you supposed to know that? And if you do this, right? And you inevitably have to farm and come back. Everything's fine, right? No, not really. Because when you come back, all the stuff's back. Or most of it is back, I think, is how that works. I think the gates come back, or... I don't remember exactly how they did it. Like, I think the boo beam things stay dead, but the gates come back or something. It's some silly shit. But either way, you need to come back to that area to do things because it's badly designed. Like, there's no way you can possibly know. One, you have to discover what the boss weakness is anyway. And I don't think anything else affects it. And then two, unless you do it in the exact order, you're coming back to that fight. Like, you have no choice in the matter. So you have to sit around and farm and come back. Which I'm getting pretty bored of very quickly here. Okay, cool. I should complain more often. Clearly I get what I want. That's how it works on the internet, right? Well, yeah, I mean, the gates... That's true. The gates do effectively tell you what the weakness is. That doesn't really change how bad the actual fight is, but yes, there are crash gates, so I guess you would assume by association that crash is also good on the enemy itself. But the other thing too is that it's more possible. It's very difficult, but it's more possible to avoid the boo beam if... No patience. It's possible to avoid the... If there's like one or two of them firing at you, it is possible, but still very difficult to avoid the boo beam shots. But when all of them are there at the same time, unless you use the pause trick, you're getting hit. You just take free damage for no reason. And of course you have this going on while you're trying to figure out the exact order to do things. And as you're doing this, you know, you gotta hope that you're timing it right so you don't get knocked off, which it has the extra knockback. That's the other thing to consider, the extra knockback that takes place conveniently in that fight and nowhere else in the game. It's just bad. It's bad. It's another case of it's bad and they should feel bad. And I'm kind of just tanking shit now. Kind of because I'm annoyed that I have to do this again. I didn't come in with full weapon energy. Like, that's on me. I know better. And I did it. But it helps demonstrate my point, so that's my story and I'm sticking to it. See? You can't... Unless you do that, you're just not getting anywhere. Oh, that was perfectly timed. I didn't have to do it multiple times. And the thing is, the Crash Bomb has a little bit of splash damage. So, like... But it's not far enough to reach, say, like, the gate and the boo beam. So, it's kind of bullshit. And by kinda, I mean it's absolute bullshit. It is not good. And there we go. See? You have to do it in the exact order. You make use of the fucking items. Like, it's a good test, I guess, of using different weapons and different abilities and shit, but, like, I like the way that naturally took place in part 1 over this any fucking day, because it's just really not designed well. Like, at all. And like I said, we're gonna go to notes part, pretty quickly. This is worth just... Well, if I take all those deaths, then I won't have, What am I missing? Crash, which is good on Flash. Whatever, this is fine. We can work with this. I think. So here's the boss rush, which, I mean, even if I tolerated it then, and I probably tolerate it less now, and I want to tell myself I don't mind it, but it's just padding. Like, that's all it is. It's padding in each game, if we're being honest. Shit. Shit. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder if on difficult mode this changes. Wait a minute, wait a minute. It changes, but not by a lot. Okay, so what I was trying there... Metal Man is actually weak to himself when you do the boss rush. In normal mode, he gets one-shotted by it. In difficult mode, it takes 2 shots. That's hilarious. That gets rid of 1 or 2 problems I was worried about here. Here's the second one. Because I didn't want to use too many crash shots. But Flashman basically loses all that's difficult about him because when you fight him this second time around, he doesn't have his annoying-ass boss room to deal with. So you just get Flashman on a straight line, so you just keep shooting his ass until he fucking dies. Easy. Actually, come to think of it, he is also good here, I think. Yeah, look at that. It did half his health. The charge shot. Bye, Woodman. So you got some multiple weaknesses in this game, actually. Or actually, no. That's only Metal Man. We obviously didn't get to use Woodman's weakness because we did him first. But that's his weakness. Dies in 2 hits. Bubble Man's actual weakness is the quick boomerangs. Although, honestly, it only does 1 more bar than regular shots, so, like... Can we really call this a weakness? It's not much of one. I know that's it, but it's not much of a difference. Quick Man, kind of same deal as Flashman, where he loses his advantage to be harder because it's just a flat room. This would be hard, but Metal Blade exists. If I had more health, I'd probably just tank this, but I don't. And I tried the pause there, but apparently the game was like, nah. Okay. Well, even with less Metal Blade, let's see if I can still do it. Because it uses so little. Although it does take more hits now, so I actually might not have enough, come to think of it. Oh, fuck. It's kind of bad. I mean, luckily we have plenty of energy cans, I guess, to outlast them. So, we should have been a little less careless there, but it's fine. Game's still easy. Here's a little neat trick here with the pause trick. Makes Mega Man fall that much more to the right, which I didn't do it completely. Oh, you have another screen to do it. Okay, never mind. We're good. Small little trick. Because if you do that, you'll never get hit by these things. You can just go for it. I think that's technically a speedrunner strat. Man, outside of Heatman himself and that one boss, this is pretty much where Bubble comes in handy. That's it. And for the record, this final boss is also trash. Like, it's kind of neat that it's an alien. The pattern's, like, super predictable, though, after a while. Not at first. It's probably actually pretty annoying at first, to be honest. But once you get used to it, boss is cake. And then, you know, it would have been cool if it was, like, an actual alien or something, but as it turns out, it's not. Just a hologram Dr. Wily was controlling. Which also has some borderline ear-piercing shit. So it's on theme with the spaceship. And that's Mega Man 2. So, let's see. We did Crash. We did Metal Man. I think we skipped a few things. Hold on. Wood, air... Heat, bubble, crash. I put same notes, but no... Is this Quick Man? I typoed and put Quickie Man. Hopefully not. Okay, Quick Man. Stage is okay. Stage is okay. Music great. It's a lot of flashing lights. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, the end of every boss in this game, it's like, there should legit be a seizure warning. Quickie Man is an entirely different character. True. Okay, so Woodman, Airman, Heatman, Bubbleman, Crash, Quick, Metal. I'm missing someone. Now I'm gonna go around the list. Did I put Heatman? Heatman is on here. Woodman's on here. Bubbleman is on here. Airman's on here. Quickman's on here. Crest. Flash. And actually, that's what I meant these notes for, but I have the same notes for Flashman. Okay, cool. So, Flashman... Flashman music, great. Stage is okay. Same thing for... Quickman. Okay, so how do we rank the great... everyone's favorite, mostly, Mega Man of the bunch? Certainly better than 1, by far. One didn't do that great, so they somehow got the blessing to do this, and they killed it. So, if it wasn't for this game, there really would just be no others. So, you gotta give it credit there. So, fun factor. I would honestly give fun factor a 5. Why don't I give the fun factor a 5? Because of the fucking boobian boss. So it gets a 4. It gets a 4 because of that. It lost the whole point for that. I could use that same logic for a 4 for music, based on that one terrible track that you have to hear twice because it's on 2 of the Wily stages. However, I don't think that's as big of a deterrent as something that is literally required to play the game, which is what we'd be talking about with fun factor, right? Like, that boss is badly designed. There's nothing you can do about it, right? And with the only hit to the music being that track, I mean, you could just mute it. Shouldn't have to, but you could. It's a 5. Let's give the credit where it's due. Weapons, however, this is where I feel it suffers. I'm gonna give it a 3. And I think the only reason I'm willing to give it a 3 instead of like a 2 is because of the items. And that's even with items 1 and 3 being similar, because they do have their uses in the game. They have very specific points where you need them, so you have to use them. So maybe too similar is being too harsh, because they do have their different uses and you have to use them in the game. So maybe I take that off the notes. And the notes are really just a reference to make the score, but it's whatever. Plot. I skipped controls. And honestly, controls is a 5. So, plot. You get plot in the beginning of the game. That's about it. It can go a point above 1. So 3. So this gives Mega Man 2 5, 4, 9, plus 3 is 12, plus 5 is 17, 20 out of 25. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty solid. You know? Pretty solid. Probably not as high as the average person would give it, but this isn't their ranking. So that's my final verdict on that. So that's Mega Man 1 and 2. And next one will be an interesting one, because 3 is my favorite. Although maybe I'll look at it through a different lens because of this. And then 4 is the first one I ever owned, actually. I actually only owned, back in the day, as a kid, I only owned 2 Mega Man games. I played them all because of a friend who had way more games than I did. But I only owned 2 Mega Man games. And I'm pissed that I don't have, like, the original boxes and shit from New York. Like, they got lost or something or thrown out. In fairness, Mom didn't know any better, but, like, that's collectible shit that I could have now. Especially in the case of the other one that I owned, which was Mega Man 6. It's certainly not 5, but 6 ain't no slouch complete in box either. So that's the other one I owned at one point. I owned 4 and 6. But even having owned 4 and 6, like, I would just... Friend had so many games that, like, I was able to borrow them basically at will. And the Mega Man games were constant... ones that I would constantly borrow and play and return or whatever. But yeah, first one I ever owned, technically speaking, and the favorite. Uh, and two that changed the gameplay in a big way. 3 adds the slide, and 4 adds the charge shot. So it should be a good one. And then, of course, we finish with the. I suppose it depends on who you ask, but the 2 that people were definitely feeling franchise fatigue at that point. The people who didn't possibly feel it at 4 definitely felt it for 5 and 6. And from what I always took from it, wrongfully so, because I don't think they're as bad as some people say, but we'll see, because that's part of why we're doing all this, doing the revisit of sorts. And while I know what like general opinions are, people have shifted their opinions over the years that they say that they're like better now. We're gonna do it because like we looked at one of the greats just now, and it didn't get as close to the perfect score as some other people might view it. And 3 might be that same thing. We might surprise ourselves. I don't know. But that's for next stream. That's it for this stream. And it's about to be 1 in the morning, so we are definitely cutting this. Take care. Have a good night. I will see you guys on the next one. Later.